Good evening, everybody. This is Reverend Kim here with Reverend Beverly for another Rev Talk. Thank you for joining us. Tonight is a little more interesting, and I'm going to let Reverend Beverly start. So take it away.
We had another angel, Amy, bring a topic of giving your power away. And it was in reference to all the love month of February, giving love. And have you ever been where you go and you start discussing something with someone and they just immediately flip and are antagonistic and trying to tell you, well, that's not right. You're not listening to what they're saying. And these are areas where you give your power away because you're not able to realize they're not seeing it through the eyes you are. And a lot of people are triggered by different things in different people. For instance, you listen to a podcast and you disagree with what they're saying, you become angry. If you let that upset you, it's something in yourself, if you said, Reverend Kim, is you have to realize that you have to be at peace with yourself and honor yourself, that what you believe is correct and what you love is correct. And the more you do that, the stronger you become, and your triggers of other people and what they're saying won't trigger you. It's your belief. It's like, I remember, it's funny, a lot of people don't believe in reincarnation or other lives. And I know in the bottom of my heart that it is. And no matter what anybody says or anybody argues with me, I let them talk. It goes in one ear and out the other, because I know I've lived many lives to learn. And this is why I'm here. So that one lesson's great for me. There's many others I have to learn. But the more you're triggered, the more you sit with it, let it go. And the next time it's not going to bother you so much. And you don't realize that because you've been listening to multiple podcasts and they trigger you, but nowhere near how they used to. They're just certain specific items that are starting to trigger you. And then the whole entity of what they stand for, you realize that's not what you believe.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. We're not giving our power away. What we're doing is allowing them to interfere with our growth.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. That's that. Yes, there is truth in that. I think you and I were talking a little bit about this earlier, and I was saying that I think there's a difference between being triggered and giving your power away because they don't agree with you. That for me, it's about how do I feel after I've had a discussion with somebody, or after I've given in, or whatever you want to say. Like you said, somebody may have a differing opinion about reincarnation or whatever it is, and you allow it to go in one ear and out the other because of what you believe. So when you're done with that conversation and you feel into it, nothing has really changed for you. It's your core belief, it's what you believe, it's what you've stuck with. And here's the difference for me: if you feel less than at the end of the conversation, or you don't feel comfortable at all, then I think that's the indicator that you've given your power away. It's not that you're triggered by something. We're supposed to be triggered is what I believe. We're supposed to have those triggers to help us learn and to help us grow and to show us how far along we've come, or what else we need to tweak, or something like that. Triggers are there for us. It's what we choose during that. Do we give in?
How we respond.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. How we respond to it. Do you, and I know for me, I'm very non-confrontational. And so I have had people get in my face, and I will do literally just about anything to avoid a confrontation. And sometimes that has been to relinquish my own power, to give my power away, just to
To
get
shut them up.
yeah, to get away from it, to shut them up. And do I feel bad afterwards? Yes, yes, absolutely I do. How to get that back, I'm not sure about. I've read a couple of things where, you can do like soul reclamation, or, getting your power back. I haven't sat with it enough to figure out how to get that power back without
I think,
without
yeah, without causing
without causing any more controversy. Being able to do it with my guides and with my angels, with my higher self, and not having to go to that person or whatever.
that. I mean, that's human nature. I mean, a lot of people don't like to have confrontations. They don't like to fight. I walk away from any of that. But it doesn't bother me because it's not worth it. And I just think in I'm worth more. It doesn't mean I'm higher or better or anything. It's just not worth the trouble.
That's
Like, since
wonderful.
I today I don't do well with electronics. I know, computer, just forget it. And all day I fought with it. And my husband goes, "Well, why are you getting upset? Just deep breathe, meditate. You're above this." And I said, "Okay." So I went on to something else, forgot it, and I came back and it still didn't work. So I think what it's telling me, not since I'm trying to learn anything, it's telling you it's the way of the world now. You got to learn stuff on my little cubbyhole and go back to nature. And I'm just going to stay there because I'm happiness. But that's what you're finding. You're getting bombarded with everybody coming into your space and
Yes.
trying to tell you what they believe when you already know what you believe. Then they're my friends. Well, who am I going to go to? I'm going to be lonely again. And it's not right. You're a beautiful being. You need to just expand that so they look at you as a threat. Well, they do look at you as a threat. But my principle is it's just two different ideas coming together,
Right.
trying to find a single ground. So step away, which is your favorite thing, step back,
Yeah.
at the whole picture and see what's good. Don't give your power away because you are strong in what you do. Don't doubt yourself because they're telling you to doubt what you believe.
Yeah.
You know what you believe. And that's important. And I see a lot of that in myself. And I have a lot of growth, but it's still triggered. It's not what I want. And that's my fault. That's my hardest thing. There's things I want and I have to wait. And there's my trigger. That's very, very hard.
But that's our wonderful divine orchestration. That's where that comes into play.
That has been
Divine orchestration,
I
because
love that.
it's not just you sitting and waiting.
Yes.
Okay. It's all
It's the
about
universe and everybody coming together.
exactly. It's you in the symphony. It's you playing the instrument. It's you conducting. It's you composing. It's you as the spectator. It's everything is
Everything.
there for you. It's the divine orchestration of everything coming together for you and on your behalf.
That is so true.
And that's what I love. That's what I love.
I watched a YouTube thing today flipping around, and there was a gentleman playing a banjo. He was red foxes were coming. He'd pick, and they didn't like the pick, so they'd go sit on another rock. He'd strum, they'd come back. Well, he's been doing this for months now, and they're bringing their whole family.
Oh
They
my God.
box, and they listen to him play. He started on his porch. Now he's going out in the meadows, and the mom is there, the sister's there, and I just, and then I see the box, and I see his, nails, and I see his teeth, and I go, whoa, but he's one with nature. But he learned to just play the music, orchestrate everything, and he experimented to see what sounds they liked. He has the deer, he has the moose, he has all these people, and they all go to a different vibration. What a wonderful thing, because he didn't give his power of love of music. He adjusted it, he orchestrated it to fit the universe.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Really cool. If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do. Please.
It was really cool.
Siobhan had said something to me, and now I have to try and remember, because she said this was because I thought about you too, with all your critters and everything that come there. Everything that comes into your view, everything that comes in around you, all the birds, the trees, the flowers, people, everything, they are in your space because they choose to be near your energy. And I loved that. I thought, oh, so it's
cool, huh?
It's really cool when I look out my window and I see the birds, and I'm like, oh, they're here. They are here for me. They are here because of my energy and the bird seed.
Yeah, minor detail. Yes.
Yeah, minor detail. We'll forget that one. That's the space I like to be in, the space where I walk along the yard and I talk to the one little yellow flower in the whole dead bed right now. One little yellow flower that's on my side. My neighbor has a whole mess of them, and I got one, and I'm like, hello, you little rebel, you. There it is. It's like in my space. I'm like, yay. So I love that feeling, and I love being in that space, and I love how that makes me feel. And I need to be able to put myself in that space
when
I'm under stress, or when there's, when I'm questioning, or when, I'm thinking about things or doubting. That needs to be my go-to, is to put myself in my bubble, in my universe, and that's where everything works out.
That's what they were saying. Take an experience, think of that, because that's your joy. That takes you away from the confrontation.
Yeah.
You have your joy always, and they can't take your power.
You're absolutely right. Well, and that's the other thing I was thinking about. Nobody can take your power from you unless you allow it. That's the other powerful thing, is you are that powerful. We are all that powerful. Nobody can take your power from you unless you allow it, unless you allow it, unless you give it away, unless you say, okay, oh, well, they must be more powerful than me, so here. You're just as powerful as everybody else. There is no difference. It's just some of us need to be reminded, of how powerful we truly are, and to stand in that power, and to stand in our own truth while there's, chaos or storms all around us.
That is so true. And especially right now, because everybody's there's so many conspiracy theories out there, and fear mongers, and you hear everybody's afraid of everything else. And I just, I'm in my bubble, like you said, and it's not that we're hiding from it.
Right.
Don't believe in it.
Right. We are the eye of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
And in the eye of the storm, it is calm.
Exactly right.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much. You made me feel better.
Good. I'm glad.
You made me feel better. So give me things to think about for everyone, hopefully.
Yes.
I am complete. How about you?
I am complete. The only one thing I was thinking, A long time ago, somebody told me something. If you say something to a person and they take offense of it and you didn't mean anything by it, you gave your power away. If you, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything. They chose to think of the negative of what you said. You said it with love. And that's very important to remember. If you always speak with love, it doesn't matter how they understand it or how they think you mean it. You send it in love. It's their choice to become negative and take the negativity to it, not you. And that's the same thing as giving your power. Don't feel ashamed if you said something and didn't mean it the way they took it, because that's quite common.
That is true. Because once, and along that same lines, I think somebody explained it to me. You know, once it leaves my mouth, I have no control over how somebody perceives what I say. And like you said, with it is your intent. If it comes from love and you meant it, you know, in a loving way, and not to be judgmental or to be, you have no control over how they perceived it, you know. And if they took it as negative, that's not your fault.
Okay.
So I like that. I like.
Lesson.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, everyone, thank you for joining us again. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. And remember to be kind to yourself, to be gentle with yourself, and to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. So until next time, my friends, be well.